Okay, this one is being done by request. Not really sure why I haven't done it before now, but this is the final Fugue mission in Paloman from Laurion Song. As usual, I have named my 125 Shadow Knight, Gaga, it was a 125 uh, Shaman, and Lotta Lag, a 125 Ranger. Um, Real quick before I actually start this, I'm not sure you won't be able to see all of it depending on where the mobs wind up going to. Once I started off from up ahead of me now, and I'll show you from where everybody's standing. Up over that little hill by the big tree is where the NPCs come from. Two soldiers, a hex, and I don't even remember what the other. It's another casting type anyway. Four of them come charging through. I target the hex usually first, start plunking arrows at him. They wind up over in that area, so I'm going to be facing this direction for a bit. Gaga targets the soldiers, the shaman, and slows them. At the same time, the SK assists his assists Lotta Lag, assists the ranger. His pet goes running off after the hex. He goes ahead and moves forward and hits the soldiers until the Merc tank comes running up and takes over with those. And I set him as the main tank for now so that he starts fighting those. And the only reason I do that, not that it is really necessary at this point, I probably have enough DPS these days to do it without using it that way, but it's a way I was able to get the cheese without any of them dying before I got to the end was by taking the mobs off of the NPCs and as quickly as possible. The first few times I did it, if I let them tank, I didn't kill anything fast enough, and the NPCs wound up dying. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start this up. So I target Shallow Lane, and the keyword is they come or just come, and they will come. And here they come. There's the first soldier, second soldier, and warlock. That's what the other one's called. And I can't seem to get the hex targeted, so I will start with the warlock as a rare change today. All right, the what's it called? The soldiers have now been slowed. They're starting to hit my SK. Now the Merc is on them. Since he's on the Warlock, where the hell did the Hex go? There's the Hex. I'm going to send my SK to start beating on the Hex, just so that some damage is done to that. And at the same time, my Shaman dots up the soldiers so they start getting killed while other things are going on. Because the NPCs really don't do a whole lot of damage. Okay, so the soldiers are now nicely dotted. Warlock's almost dead. Switching over here to start plunking arrows at the Hex. And now I'm going to move the SK down to finish off this soldier that's got the most damage done to him. That's the one the NPCs are hitting, plus it's the first one I started dotting, so it took a lot more from my dots.
Recast Chaotic Blood Curse.
Blood curse has run out. I'll go ahead and cast it on the other one that's still alive. No, I'm also going to get the Cryzad's one, but I'm not going to bother recasting that. Switching the SK to the remaining soldier. Hex is now dead, and now I plunk some arrows just to finish off the Hex, or the soldier rather. Once it dies, as I'm sure everybody by now knows, we're going to get teleported by Daka over to where the boars will come in. Same thing, I'll get aggro on the boars so that they don't beat up the other guys. Kill the boars, kill the handler, kill the wraith. Pretty simple.
Recast Kryzad's Affliction. Recast Chaotic Blood Curse.
Alright, so getting the boar slowed first and foremost. Charging him with the SK. The one that the SK and the Ranger are on the one boar, I'm going to go ahead and dot up the other one with the Shaman. Just because it makes things die faster, so why not? Not dotting these as heavily. Just because don't feel like it and don't really need to. Switching. And switch quite on time. Normally I switch right before it dies with the Ranger, so he just keeps on plunking arrows. And then I switch with the SK once it is dead, but today I was a bit slow. So sometime soon the boar handler's in the spawn. May get the boar dead before then, but maybe not. Oh, there he is.
Recast Chaotic
As he
Blood
runs
Curse.
up, I went ahead and slowed him as he was running
Recast
up.
Kryzad's Affliction.
Him, because I can headshot him, he goes down relatively quickly. I'm not going to waste the mana with casting any dots on him. And then once he dies, we'll get the Wraith. Same thing. That's a pretty quick and easy fight. I won't bother casting any dots on it either. And then we'll move on to the Goblins. I'm actually also going to do this in the way where I'm going to get all 3 cheeses. Normally when I do this just to get AAs, I don't bother with the unplucked one, simply because I don't need it anymore, and it's not like it does anything extra for me, and I finish it a little bit faster if I don't do it, because I'm doing more steady DPS to Captain Carr, as well as when I get hit by the arrows from the archers down there. It's not like it really does much anyway in the group version, so. But I'm going to do it just for the sake of doing it, since I'm making a video of it. I'm going to come around here to where the goblins come up. Now I stop here, the goblins show up there where my mouse pointer is. I stay here so that I've got a little bit of time, because quite often they charge me rather than the NPCs. Sometimes all 3 of them, sometimes only 1 comes at me. But it gives me time to get things targeted, slowed. So 1 is on my SK, 2 are on my SK. Or maybe there's only 1. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, it was only 1. But I will stand here and kill him with them. Meanwhile, my shaman is running up. You just saw her run off. She's running up to where the other ones are to cast slow on them, which gives them plenty of time to get up there and actually start doing damage to them without them killing Shallowain. I'm also going ahead and putting dots on the one that the NPCs are on, so that it gets substantially dead by the time I get up here. As you can see, like, I haven't even bothered to swing with my SK on this goblin. He's just still on auto-followed, because unless you're getting all 3 on the merc at once, or all 3 on a single person, they're not that difficult. I do normally take him off of main tank before that, though, because, like I said, sometimes I will get all 3 charging at me, and when that happens, the merc tank will go down pretty quickly. So I'm going to use a lot of lag on the one that with full health. I'm going to use the
Recast
SK on the
chaotic
one
blood
with
curse.
low health. The mercenary ran up. He's assisting me, so he's on the one with high health. So he's tanking one, and my SK's tanking one. Got auto follow turned back on the shaman now. And I'm spoiled because of having a shaman and all that, so I have levitate on. I don't bother going across that little bridge. I just make a beeline for the ramp. I go ahead and as I'm going by, get Dargut's targeted because that's the first one to spawn. Just makes things a little easier as I set up. So I've gone ahead and turned on auto fire now, so as soon as she pops up, I start firing. You can see at the right hand side of the screen, that's where I put my shaman. She stays there up until during the fight with Carr, then she'll move to behind him. The SK's kind of moved up beside me because he'll go running out to join in the fight once it actually starts coming at us. So here we go. Again, the mercenary tank is doing the tanking, partly because it just keeps me from having to worry about getting aggro and all that kind of thing. It does it well. When I first started doing this sort of stuff, my SK was pretty much a paper tank, so I needed the mercenary to take the hits because they did better than he did. Now my SK definitely tanks much better than the mercenary does, but it's a lot easier to let the mercenary worry about aggro control than to have to do it myself. Particularly when there's multiple mobs where it's just me. It's a lot easier if I just let the mercenary do it. That's one thing they're pretty good at maintaining aggro. I'll give them that. They're not that good at taking a beating, and they're not very good healers, but they can handle it. They can control aggro. So I did cast a couple of dots on Dargai. I often don't
blood curse.
Because I'm not really that big a hurry when I'm doing this. The only one that I do cast full dots on is the next one, so Margator the Slow, so that I get the speed limit cheese.
Recast Kryzat's affliction.
Margator's up. I've started firing my bow. I started moving the wrong tune. I did go ahead and slow him. My SK's run up and he's hitting. Started some dots casting. I'm gonna move my ranger now, simply because the next ones spawn off in that direction, over to the west. So I'm going to go ahead and get him so he's facing the way I'm going to want him. Finishing dots on Margator. Go ahead and use my epic.
Shaman epic is
and my reciprocal roar, which I normally don't bother with just because I don't need it. But again, let's get it done a little quicker today. And clearly, if I was really going for DPS, I'd have the shaman be in there swinging her axe or her club, whatever the hell it is, thing as well. I'd be doing more than I am right now, but it's enough that it gets him down well in advance of the speed limit. So
recast Kryzat's affliction.
Shaman Epic has worn off.
I guess I'll do it on all of them this time. I'll cast my multi-dots, the Chaotic Blood Curse and Hoteritan Pandemic, and just not worry about the Cryzads on the rest of them until we get to Car. Him I'll cast through, though I often let them wear off as I'm fighting him, because I'm doing other things with the other tunes. As I'm fighting Car, I mean. For anyone who watched my Hazari video, I recently, just the other day, had to reinstall EverQuest completely, and somehow I picked up an old version of where all my hotkeys and all that, so they're slightly
Recast
different than
chaotic
I'm
blood
used
curse.
to. Like these, my two nukes here should be on the same hotkey as my arrows, and that's why I'm not using those at all, just because I'm too lazy to click with the mouse on them. They should be where these two glyphs are. I'm not sure what happened there, why it picked up something older. Something I screwed up, no doubt. And last we have Yarith Windbreaker.
Hot down.
Hot down.
And that one I go ahead and I move the SK on the far side of him simply because it's the direction the SK is going to need to go once Car spawns here in a moment. The tank merc is the Shaman's mercenary, Gaga here. So when this dies, the merc will go over beside her. Mine, I'm actually going to move back here a little bit. I like to make sure she's well behind the
Shaman
tree.
Epic is ready.
So myself and the SK initially are going to be back where I am now, as well as our mercenaries. Once the tank engages, Gaga's going to move back here, so Car will be facing away from us the whole time because of his sweeping fires. Again, with the group mission and with the gear and all I got now, I don't really need to worry about that, but it's the way I've always done it, so it's just habit. As well as, you know, on the raid, it was something you had to worry about, so I'm used to paying attention to that, where that sweeping fires is going. And even today, 6 months into, more than 6 months into the Outer Brood, his sweeping fires puts out quite a lot of damage and can be a bit of a raid breaker if you got some squishy folks. Yorith dies, Car will come up. His little spiel with Elmara. Swat her down because she deserves it. You can see I've run the SK all the way up here with Ranger, and then I move him into position. And what'll happen as soon as he goes live, he'll once in a while he'll actually come after my Ranger, but normally he'll come after my SK for a second till the mercenary runs up there. While that's going on, I slow him. Now I move my my SK, my Shaman. She engages, and her pet engages, and all that stuff. Because I'm going for all the cheeses, here I go with the Ranger to get the archers. They're down here, and of course I just plunk arrows at them. Oh, I have to be careful. I normally put myself on puller when I do this. I have to keep an eye on the tank just to make sure that the single mercenary doesn't have any issues with healing him. Turn on my heal over time up there just to hopefully keep things healthy. I'm not doing anything DPS related really with him right now, and the SK is swinging his sword up there, but he's gonna hit point lock here before too much longer, and he'll just stand there being light blue until I finish getting these archers killed. There he goes. for, I'm sure by now pretty much everybody knows this, but as long as you don't break him from that first hit point lock from stunning him, these guys will never start firing their arrows for that cheese, and that's why you come down and kill them first. I've actually done it before where I was in more of a hurry where I did break it with the SK and kept working on taking them down. I got them, still got all these down before they ever fired, but I'm being lazy today, so I'm just going to leave him there. When I get up there and start stunning him, for my ranger, I use null-hide lariats. For my
Hot down.
SK, I can't remember the name of it, and I don't want to switch to it to look at it. It's from the original Shadows of Lothland expansion. It's a SK usable one-hand blunt stunning weapon. So I'm going to say hello. I wasn't paying attention to where I went with these. Where is the last one? There he is. Just didn't feel like running around trying to search for him. Probably just heard my shaman scream. Alright, so now I'm coming in here. Got my stuns on. Going to stun on the SK. Let me drop to shield so I back up and go back to arrows. And I'm going to go ahead and hit some
Resolve is active on
DPS
Captain
stuff.
Carr the Unmovable.
Just because I'm not doing anything else later that I need these.
Shaman Epic is enabled.
My damage would probably be a hair better if I switched back to my primary weapon set, but I'm too lazy to switch back and forth between weapons. I just leave the stun weapons on the whole time for this on the Ranger. The
Shaman
SK
Epic
I
has
do
worn off.
Shaman Epic has worn off.
because is a really substantial difference between
Hot down.
his
Hot down.
two-hander and
Recast
one-hander,
chaotic blood curse.
especially compared to his stunning one-hander. Oops. And I just ran backwards by mistake on the SK. I was targeting him still, or had him in focus still and trying to move the Ranger. And their Pebble Crusher is the name of that weapon. As you can see, it's a really crappy old school weapon, but it does have a stun component, so
Recast
it's
Chaotic Blood Curse.
handy for this if you don't have a class that can cast a stun spell.
Recast Kryzad's Affliction.
And there he is. He's dead. All I have to do now is open the chest.
Shaman
So
Epic is ready.
that finishes this video. Have a great day.